Hey guys, Lani here. I'm just coming on this video to just check what you guys are doing. Check up on life. What's going on with you? Is life good? Are you enjoying that quarantine life like I am? I'm out here in the backyard for like the 30th time, just enjoying the weather. Um, I want to do a garden tour with you guys sometime this week. I'm not sure which day yet because my yard, I'm not going to lie to you, is looking a little busted. More than usual just because I'm mowing, I feel like all the time, but I don't have an edger that's working right now. And so it's like the middle's looking great. It's just the edges look kind of rough. But, and of course, I want to show you guys like the best my yard could be, right? But as of right now, it's okay. It's all right, you know? I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying actually pulling the weeds. It's like one of the highlights of my day is when I go out there and I just start pulling the weed. Um, and then just I run out here in the morning time and I check to see if there's a new flower or new seedling, or do I have to fight off the squirrels or the birds. That's one of my favorite parts in the morning is seeing my dogs chase after the birds. It's hilarious because I have three different dogs. One's really, really big. He's a Great Dane Pit, and his name is Zeus. Then I have a medium-sized one. Her name is Hera. She doesn't do much. She just likes to chill and relax. And then I got this little tiny dog, and his name is Hercules. We call him Mighty Hercules. And it's just funny because Zeus and Hercules, they'll go full sprint up the wall just to catch these birds, and then they're kind of like shocked that they couldn't catch them because they can't fly. And so that's one of the highlights of my day is seeing them chase after the birds. And I'm just like enjoying everything growing and seeing what I can do to improve my yard little bit by little bit. A couple days ago, I'm talking about, I was at the point where I was just getting seeds. I don't even know if some of these seeds would do well at this time of the year, but I was just grabbing seeds just to throw them, just to plant them. Every apple, every pear that we ate, we would take out the seeds and we were trying to germinate. I mean, if you saw the inside of my house, we have seeds everywhere germinating. We have avocado seeds germinating. Oh, it's just a crazy world inside and out. And yeah, now I'm just rambling. But again, back to the original question. How are you guys doing? Is everything okay? Are you guys enjoying your backyard? Are you enjoying your time off if you do have some? What are you planning? Is it trees? Is it edible trees? Like fruit trees? Is it just shade trees? Are you guys actually going out to get trees? Plants or anything like that? Or are you guys just going out for essential stuff like groceries? Um, is there anything new that you guys are growing this year that you never grown before? Like for the most part in my yard, everything is pretty much the same except last 3 years I've been grabbing just wildflower seeds, and it would say like wildflower seeds for Texas, wildflower for pollinators, and I would just grab those kind of seeds and I'll just throw them everywhere, which is funny because so I would throw them in my backyard and I would throw them on the back hill. And I swear to you, like I've never seen so many wildflowers growing back there. So it's either just because the weather has been kind of weird for us here in El Paso that it's doing that, or it was because of me, guys. I did that. And because of me and my willingness to just throw random seeds out there year after year has caused a beautiful landscape back there for all of us. Because if I would have shown you a picture of it like maybe 5, 6 years ago, it was rough. It's just a ugly back hill. I've been trying everything I can to clean it up and beautify it, and yeah. So the only positive about that yard right now, or the back hill, is just the beautiful wildflowers that are out there. I'm looking forward to getting my trees back there. I'm working with one of my group members, Aaron Brightly, and he is a quote. This is his word choices. He's a tree nerd. And so he really, really helped me understand about trees, what works here, what doesn't work here. And he is going to plant 3 of my trees, obviously, because of the pandemic that we're going through right now. He is unable to come out here to plant them for me. So when this is all over, I think that's going to be one of the things that I go ahead and make sure it gets done, because I'm just really excited to get them in there. And I know I just literally said that I was going to just make the garden tour like a couple days from now, but I changed my mind. So we're going to just do that right now, just because what else we got going on, right? We got nothing else going on. Might as well just check it out. Like I said, don't judge my yard, okay? Everyone's going through some rough times, okay? Me and my yard, we're going through a rough time. So just enjoy what you see right now, and let me know if you have any questions about what's growing in here, all right? I'm going to turn the camera over. There we go. There's Hercules. There's Hercules. So what we got going here. We have my canna lilies right here. I got these from another group member, Mary, and she was so kind enough to just get some from her plant that she had. She had a potted plant, and she split the bulbs, and she gave me some. And so I went ahead and I put some here and in another spot in my yard. It's growing in nicely. As you could tell, you're like, what the heck is growing over here, right? Well, I decided this year, instead of just keep going to the environmental services to get mulch, I'm going to go ahead and just chop down and reuse the dead branches and leaves that I had from my plants and use that as mulch. So I don't have to go too often. And like I said, I have a 6-year-old, so it's just really hard sometimes to go back and forth to places with a child, because you got to pay attention to them, but you want to get a whole bunch of stuff done, and you got to just, pick and choose your battles. So I decided this year I'm not going to fight. I'm just going to go ahead and use what I got. So that's what I have right there. This stuff that's growing right here is I went on Amazon. Oh, hi Hera. Hi Hera. Hi baby. I went on Amazon and I got some winter cover crops, and I got just a variety of cover crops, and it just came like, I don't even know, I think it was like a ginormous bag for like $20, and literally I just threw them in there. They said that cover crops help with your soil, adding nutrients to your soil, adding shade to your soil. And so I was like, you know what? Why not? Let's try them out this year. So that's what all this is. So don't ask me what it is, because I have no idea. And in the mix of here, I also went ahead and threw some wildflower seeds. So who knows? Some of this might bloom and turn into flowers. Hold on, let me back it up. There we go. So what we got here is this cute little raised bed I got for a Christmas present from my husband. And I have spinach growing here. This net, guys, that I'm using is just to keep the birds and squirrels out of it, because I kid you not, we have a lot of squirrels, and 5, 6 of them come in my yard every morning seeing what they could chow down on. And so this is just one way of keeping them out. Go. So I have peppers, yellow peppers, different kinds of red peppers, 2 different kinds of red peppers here, green bell peppers here. I have cilantro here, oregano. Actually, I had oregano. Well, there's one piece right there. It's very small, but it might have not done well just because of the way the weather has been. I'm not quite sure. This is my first time doing oregano, but it hasn't grown too much yet. I see one little leaf, but it looks pretty dead, I'm not gonna lie. So if it grows, great. If it doesn't, oh well. I have parsley growing here, and my family loves peppers, so that's where that's coming in. Now over here, excuse the mess in my bed. Usually I'm all about like being neat and everything, but I told you this year is the year that I'm just like, you know what? Let's just roll with it and see what grows, what doesn't, throw it out there. And two, my baby helped me. She helped me plant the seeds, and instead of putting it in a perfect line, we kind of just threw the seeds everywhere. And you know what? I think that's completely fine. You know, you garden the way you want to, and just be happy with that, what you got, right? And so what I got going in here is I got tomatoes growing back there. I got kale from winter, from December, and it's still going strong, and it's just delicious and it's beautiful, and I enjoy eating that, and there's just so much of it. Like, we never run out, ever. And I'm talking about my husband eats a lot, and this, I mean, it does the trick. It feeds all of us. It keeps us full. It's great. Kale is an excellent choice to grow. I have over here, hold on, some of these items, I do have the seed packets that I got it from, and I put them off to the side of the bed so I remember what they are. And so this one is coriander. Yeah, it just says coriander. Okay. And then I have Swiss chard growing here. I have green onions growing right there. My broccoli, as you could tell, they bolted. But it's okay. I'm good with that. We're kind of like just whatever. As you could tell, we've ate off of it quite a bit. We have squash growing here. And as you could tell by my beautiful baby's work, they're all in one pile right here. So we'll see how that goes later on. And of course, I have some corn back there. And every now and then, you know, I have my good old mint. I've been trying to get rid of the freaking mint that I planted in here like 5 years ago out of here. And every now and then it just pops in here. So that's what I have in my raised bed. Here, okay, check this spot out, guys. So I don't know. Let me know, guys, if you guys have issues with your soil. So this spot right here, hi baby, it's the only spot in my yard that won't grow anything. And I'm talking about, we put in everything. We put in trees, we put in vegetables, we put in fresh soil there, you know, garden soil. We use raised bed soil. We made sure we dug enough so that the roots could spread out in there. And everything we stuck in this one spot, it doesn't grow. So I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. Maybe I should just leave it alone. But tell me, if you have a spot that doesn't grow anything, what do you guys put in there? This right here is, according to you guys on the group, it's a mulberry branch. Not even a tree, just a branch. But I had 2 of them growing out of my rose bushes. And I would like cut it off and hope that it would die. And it kept growing back. So I was like, obviously it's very sturdy plant. So I was like, okay, well, let me go ahead and pull it out. I pulled them out, and I planted one here and another one on the other side of the yard, which I'll show you, and see how they do. As of right now, this one's in the shade most of the time. It's got just a few leaves and a little bulb bud growing there. I have wildflowers growing right there. Oh, I have my purple plum tree right here. It's an ornamental. I have Zeusy boy right there. Hi, Zeus. Okay, he's tired. Right here, I have my lantanas here. And let me know, guys, do you guys pronounce it lantanas or lantanas? My sister calls them lantanas. I call them lantanas. Like, you know, Santana. But I still don't know the pronunciation for it. So go ahead and let me know down below, how do you guys pronounce it? And of course, here I got my pretty little poppies. Oh, look how cute they are. what I got going on in here. I have soil in here, and this right here is once again recycling from what I have in my yard. And when my Mexican feather grass dies, I just pull that grass out, and then it works just the same as straw, and I just wind it around and I use it for mulch. And then over here I have my plumbago growing in a pot. It's in shade most of the day. As you can tell, I haven't been good to nature. I haven't filled my bowl up yet or cleaned it, because it's just been one of those should I do it? Yeah, maybe. But am I going to put in an effort to do it right now? No, not really. But yeah, this is usually the water sources. And then I made little habitats like long time ago, hoping that one day I would get some like toads or frogs here. But clearly, since we live in the desert, that wasn't happening. So I was like, okay, well, it could be a habitat for another animal or creature. And so far, I know lizards hang out in there. But as far as that and maybe some insects, I don't know what else is there. These were looking so beautiful, but they're kind of dying off right now just because the weather's changing. I got these during the fall, and they were doing great up till, I believe, last week. These are my mums that I got like last year as well. They haven't flowered or anything like that, but still it looks really pretty. I like how it just kind of does that pretty little mound. These are my ice plants, and literally I only have one ice plant, and I just cut off pieces and I go ahead and plant it everywhere I can. And so that's what these are. The reason why that one looks really busted is just because, like I said, I cut these off last year. I stuck them in there, and I leave it be. I'm okay with some of them looking brown and stuff like that. Kind of adds like different colors into my garden, so I don't mind it. And of course, when it completely dies off, I just grab another piece and I stick it in there. This is my mint. This is the one I pulled out from my raised bed, and I stuck it in this pot thinking, it won't last. No, long as you pull enough of its roots out, stick it in ground, it grows back. This sucker is, I don't know, these are like my pretty little pink wildflowers, and it's very pretty when it blooms. The only thing about it is, like I said, I didn't know what kind of plants were going to grow in these wildflowers. And so when this thing grew, it just grew huge, but it like took away all the nutrients from everything else in this pot. So when you're planting wildflowers, I just recommend that unless you know the specifics of the plant, just throw them on the ground, in ground instead of in a pot, because look at this sucker. Just sucking the life out of that pot. But before I go on to the other spot, let's see what we got. So in my back wall, this hill is part of my land. We have pretty, like I said, pretty wildflowers growing in my cacti here. And these are ready to bloom soon, and these are so pretty when they bloom. They're like a pretty reddish and yellow pear things coming off of them, the fruits. And so they're really pretty, so I'm looking forward to that happening. Ooh, watch out, doggy. More of the same. Can you guys tell? I had a sweet potato right there, and it was eaten, so it's gone. And all of these little bordered planters right here is mostly for like the soil that comes out from the back wall, and it's just to hold it in place. But I also planted sunflower seeds there, but every single sunflower seed and every single sunflower seedling has been eaten. So I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't plant anything in there. Or maybe I should just pick a different kind of plant. I have my, what is this? My Mexican red bird of paradise is growing back right here. This, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Like I said, I threw multiple seeds out. So there's some stuff I'm like really excited to see what it's going to turn out to be, because I don't know what it's going to be. But this one is growing. So, oh my gosh, Hera, stop eating my hair. That's gross. Okay, so let me know, guys. What is this? I think I've thrown pomegranates here, wildflower seeds here, apple, pears, cantaloupe, melon. So if those leaves look like any of the mentioned plants, please let me know so I know how to take care of it better. Let me see, my Mexican feathergrass, more ice plants, and this area looks so beautiful when in a couple weeks it's gonna just fill up this entire spot, and it's just so pretty. Now I want to show you guys something. That tree right there that I have, and this tree that I have, I planted exactly at the same time. I got them from the same store. I got them at Lowe's, and I feed them and water them exactly the same. But as you can tell, this one's struggling a lot and that one isn't. And I think one of the main reasons why it's struggling is because that one, when we first started planting stuff in this yard, that one we followed to the T how to plant it in there. After we dug that one up, we got tired with this one. So we just dug as much as we can, but we were tired, and then we just stuck it in there. We weren't following the proper instructions on care for it, and I think we're suffering from that now because it's not put in the ground correctly in the first place, and because it's at an angle, the water sits in there when we water it. Here, it just runs off because it's kind of cocked. So, learn from my mistake. When the instructions tell you to plant something a certain way, just go ahead and do it. It takes a little bit longer, but the results are worth it, okay? We had another one we also planted, but then it was back here, and again, same issue. We got tired, we just threw it in there, and that one did not even make it the first year, okay? So just learn from our mistakes and just follow the instructions and go from there. Again, this Mexican feathergrass, I kid you not, I only bought 3 of them, and I planted one there, one here, and one there. And as you could tell, it just grew everywhere, and I'm okay with that. I'm totally great. I'm totally okay with it just filling up my yard. This is my new apple tree I got from the Eastside Discount Nursery. Lantanas here. These are the orange ones. All the lantanas I have are white, orange, and yellow, and like a yellow, orange, and purple. So, and some of them are bushes, some of them are hanging or trailing, and so they look really pretty, especially when they start growing out. So when I make my other video and I show you guys that, I'll show you the difference between all of them. This is the other branch that I pulled out from my rose bushes, and this one's doing really, really great. See? And then, of course, my apple tree here. And I want to show you guys something too. Check this out. So this one I got almost 3 years ago, and it was for $35 at Lowe's. This one I got a couple days ago from the Eastside Discount Nursery, and I got it for $23. Don't be fooled, guys. Just because Lowe's is convenient doesn't mean you're also getting an excellent item from them, you know? So just do your research and check out the plants. Literally, one of the best tips I could tell you to do is do your research, then go to these places and don't just pick out a tree or anything from the first place you see it. Go and you like, okay, well, I see that Lowe's has it. It costs this much, but this nursery has the same tree and it costs this much. Go out there, check them out, look at them, see if how healthy they are, and then from there, go ahead and make your purchase. Okay? Let's take a moment to look back here. I have that beautiful bush out there. I have a wild Palo Verde. I have a couple of other different trees growing out there, also wild. I have a Texas sage, a couple of those out there. Some of the weeds are finally dying off, but when they were in bloom, they actually looked very pretty. And can you guys see all the wildflowers growing back there? How pretty is that? Right? So, back to here. This is the other bulb that Mary from our group has given me. And I got these two at the same time. But you see the one that's in the shade has done a lot better than the one that's in direct sun. But that one also was dug deeper than this one. But this one is actually closer to a sprinkler than the other one. So take that information and use it for whatever. Okay. Anyways. So this, I don't know if you guys could see it. Right here and right there is my mimosa trees. I literally took these seeds from Julio, which is another member of our group, and he just gave me the seed. He just pulled it off his tree. I took it and I literally just threw it in my yard, and I didn't think anything of it, and then boom, there they are. They just started to grow. And so I'm hoping that they actually turn out to be thick, strong, beautiful, big trees like the ones that he had in his yard, because those, I kid you not, guys, if you see them in person, they are absolutely beautiful. And so it just felt like a magical fairy forest tree kind of thing. And so I'm hoping that I get two beautiful ones out of those seeds. Again, my lantanas, whatever. And I have my red apple aptenias. And again, this is the only one I had. I took pieces and I just planted literally just in dirt, and it just starts growing. And it's a succulent, so it just does really, really great here. To get this mound, I had old blocks such as these, and I just made a cylinder out of it and just let it grow over. So if you want to do something like that, you could always use whatever you have at home to make a new piece of ornamental planting, you know. And here is work in progress here. So I have my ice plants down here. I got these blocks. I had these. The little wooden edgers I got from Lowe's several years ago, and it was starting to break down on me, so I just went ahead and put it around the tree or the stump. I had my palm tree cut down a couple months ago, and that was done by the tree whisperer, and he also created a planter on the inside. So what I did was I went ahead and put dirt in there, soil, garden soil, and I got the cuttings from my aptenias. I stuck them in there, and my sweet potato vines. These ones are the purple ones that I got from the East Side Discount Nursery. And my goal is that both of those will start hanging over the stump. And so it just looked like a waterfall of flowers. The only negative on this is I have to make sure that the soil is moist sometimes because they'll completely dry out. The succulents are doing great, but I want to make sure there's enough for my sweet potato vines. The reason why it looks like that right now is because, again, the squirrels come in and they just nibble on their breakfast. And so I'm hoping that once it gets warmer, it'll just be so much that you guys won't even notice that I'm sharing my plants with the neighborhood squirrels. And so here I have my purple trailing lantanas. And over here I have my purple wisteria vine. And I got these also, this one also from Eastside Discount Nursery. And all these plants that I got, it wasn't like one time I just went out and just bought a whole bunch of plants. I got them every now and then. Some of these I got from friends. Some of these I got from members who had extra seeds or cuttings. Some of these I did go to the nursery, and some of these I went to commercial stores such as Lowe's and Home Depot. So, you know, just mix it up. But yeah, this is my purple wisteria vines. I'm hoping that it gets bigger. It's looking way better than the last year. It was just looking pretty crispy last year. And I think one of the things is, as you could tell, I started running out of mulch. And so when I created this little area, the soil was completely drying out. So this year what I did was I got some of that crop cover as well as wallflower seeds. I mixed it up and I threw it in there. And so I really feel that the reason why it's looking healthier than last year is because now it has something to protect the soil and to keep it moist. As you could tell, not everything has grown in yet. So I'm hoping that if it doesn't, I'll put something in there and it grows over it and it'll continue to help out my wisteria tree or vine, excuse me. These right here just bring me joy. Every day I come out here and it's just so pretty. Like, not all of them have opened, and you know, with the wind and stuff like that, it's tore some of these down. But when the weather's just right, guys, oh my gosh, it just looks like a little bit of heaven right here. The pretty yellow, the light green, the dark green, the pretty purple, pinks. Oh, I just love it. Don't ask me what this is. I got it for 50 cents on a clearance rack at Lowe's. And I really was like, am I really going to just plant this dead thing? But I did. And look, it turned out to be great. It's beautiful. It's going strong. So I'm happy with that. This part right here is a little messy just because, like I told you, those wooden edgers, border edgers, weren't working. And it was actually splitting this area into two. And so this was going to be just a little hangout spot for my daughter, but it wasn't working for us. So we went ahead and just pulled that out, used it for the stump. And then we're just going to have to get one more of these brown edgers, border edgers, and then put it right here. And then it'll create an opening space right here. And this tree this bush right here is a plumbago. So I'm hoping that once this gets to be nice and bushy, and my moringa seeds grow out, it'll create a nice little happy environment right here for my daughter to have like a little canopy thing going on here. So yeah, I also threw in some cantaloupe and melon seeds around this area and pomegranate seeds around here. So we'll see what takes, and moringa seeds. So we'll see what takes. Like I said, at this point in my life, I'm just kind of like, we're good. We're good. There's my baby. There's my other baby. Okay, so, and right here, I have a couple of different kinds of trees growing here. And I have my roses growing here. And you guys want to know something funny? So you could totally tell the difference when I trim and prune trees and stuff like that, and when my husband does. Because my husband's 6'3" and I'm 5'3". And so you could tell where I could reach and where I couldn't reach. So that's why it's kind of at like a little angle up and an angle up. because I just couldn't reach it, and I would try to get on my tippy toes, and then when I would go on my tippy toes, the hedger would be angled up, and so, you know, it just cuts what it cuts, and this is the result of it. So that's why, like I said, guys, I really need help. But anywho, that's my yard so far. I'm looking forward to doing more with the yard. Just gotta find the seeds to do it with, and the time, and well, obviously I have time now, but the time to actually do it and practice what I preach on this channel or in this group. And pretty much that's it. I hope you guys are having a great day, and please, 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 please upload your guys' videos and put it on the group page, because I seriously really enjoy waking up and seeing those garden tours and seeing what you guys are doing. And some of you guys are doing such an amazing job that it just like enlightens me. It encourages me to be a better gardener and makes me want to go out there and just put in work. Okay, so please keep on putting that up there. Please keep on beautifying your yards. Keep making your happy place happy. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.